Okay, hello students, and I want in this video to show you how to find the coordinates of your lines, and you can do this a number of ways. The most important thing is that you're able to see the XY coordinates up here and then write them down in a notepad beside you. You may want to go ahead and write down 1 through 30 and the X and the Y, so that's already set up, and all you have to do is write in the numbers. So if you don't have the XY coordinates showing like this, just go into Window and make sure the Info is clicked. Okay, so right now Info is not clicked and there's no XY coordinates showing up. So just go to Window, click Info, and then now the XY coordinates are showing up. Now, I feel it will be easier if you find your 30 drawings first and then measure them afterwards. You don't have to do this. You could do this just by going here and seeing what the X, Y, and then going here and seeing what the X, Y, but it may get a little harder for you to see what you're doing. So this isn't one of the ones you have to do. This is from the top of the head. And you can see that some of the lines kind of disappear, so just do the best you can. Now, if you click this color right here, this ends up showing you all the colors that you have, and you can change the colors as you go. I'll say more about this later. Also, you can use a paintbrush tool, and that's what I'm using right here. All the tools to the side, if you just hover over them, they'll say what they are. So if your paintbrush tool isn't clicked, a different icon will come off to the side. So just click the paintbrush tool. And what I'm using is a 10 pixel brush. So you can click up here and change the size of your brush. Obviously that's much too large, right? And then you could also go very, very small and really not be able to see it very well. So I would just go in here and click 10 pixels and that will work out just fine. Send me an email if you have a question about this. So here's one way to do it so that you know you've got everything figured out. And as you see, I accidentally clicked a dot there. No problem. But if you don't like what you've done, just go up to File and Edit, and then do Undo or Command Z, and that goes out of there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to mark my 30 lines. And each time I do one, I'm going to change the color just a little bit so I can see the difference. And you don't have to follow every single curve of them. So click the color, hit OK, do my next one, click the color, go down, OK, my next one. And I'll speed this up in the video. Okay, so I have more than 30 lines figured out. You can see that there are some more over here that you could do if you wanted to. You may have a harder time finding your 30, and in a mess like this, you may have to add a couple more that you see in here. Don't make anything that's not true, but you may have to go and just find all the different lines to get your 30, and that's what everyone needs to get credit. All right, so now that you've got your lines identified, and you could skip this step if you want to, it just helps me see which ones I've done and which ones I haven't. And you've got your XY info window showing up there. Take your cursor tool and just set the arrow at the beginning and the end of the line. So the first one, this one says 0045 and then 0309. Now we only really need to do the first two. So even though 0.0 doesn't sound like much, that's where we'll start and we'll measure from there. So this line starts at 0.0 and it goes to 0.3 and it ends at 0.2, 0.3. So let's make sure I said that correctly. The line starts here and it is 0.0, 0.3, and it ends at 0.2, 0.3. And that's what you'll write down in your page. So 0.0, 0.3, and 0.2, 0.3. And that's line 1, and that's your X and Y and your X and Y of your beginning and ending. Okay, then you go to your next one. So this is 0.5, 0.0, and then it ends at 0.6, 0.2. Then we go on to our next one, and just work across the page, and it will help you to see that you've already done some of these, but 0.1, 0.4, 0.3, 1.3, 0.3, 0.5, 0.4, 0.7. And once you get the hang of it, it's going to be really easy just to go through and start to click all 30 of these together. Now, what is the big data about this is we will combine all of our different areas and be able to make a probable case for which one is the forgery that way. So just go through and get each one of your numbers each one of your lines figured out with your X and Y coordinates, and then it will already plug in the slope and if it is definitely right-handedness or left-handedness at the end. So just do each of those 30. You can stop when you get to 30. If you have 29, do try to find one more line in there so you have a very complete study and analysis. Now you'll do this for each one of your examples. So you'll do one of your possible forgeries and then you'll do your other possible forgeries. Okay, I hope that helps you understand how to do this in Photoshop, working with your X and Y coordinates, and I look forward to seeing your spreadsheets. Thanks so much.